Hi there, everyone, and welcome to CPC's online midweek devotional for Wednesday, May 19. I hope you're all doing well. It's good to be back after having been away on vacation last week. Thanks for tuning in today for today's devotional. I want to read a story from James Barron's little book, Grace is Everywhere. I've used his material before as I've explained. James is a monk at the Monastery of the Holy Spirit in Conyers, Georgia, which is a place that I've been a number of times over the years on retreat. And his book, Grace is Everywhere, the subtitle is Reflections of an Aspiring Monk. So here's what I'd like to share with you today from his book. This little reading is called The Pathmaker. Early Christianity was called the Way, and we are called to follow it and to help others do the same. To walk the way is to walk in goodness. It is to live your life for others. Yet we can easily get lost until a fellow traveler helps us along. There are large wooded areas at the monastery where people rarely venture. The floor of the forest is hidden beneath a deep layer of leaves, brush, and pine needles. In some areas, the only paths are those that have been worn and made firm by the many deer who feel much at home there. One day, I was walking in such an area, and up ahead of me I saw movement. It was Gerard, one of our monks, walking through the forest. He did not see me, and I did not want to startle him, so I slowed a bit and then noticed that he was dragging something behind him. It looked to be some sort of heavy mat that had a rope attached to it. He was stooped as he slowly moved ahead of me. Gerard spotted me and then smiled and stopped, waiting for me to catch up to him. As I approached him, I saw that the mat was actually made of a metal mesh. I asked him if he wanted me to carry it for a while, and he said no, that he was making a path through the woods. And sure enough, I saw that where he had dragged the mat, there was a leveling of the grass and the leaves. Others may want to walk here, he said. This will make it easier. And that was that. We chatted for a while and then went our separate ways. I headed back to the monastery buildings, and Gerard advanced into the woods, dragging his little pathmaker behind him. Henry James, when asked what 3 things he felt to be the necessary qualities for a good and full life, responded by saying, the first is kindness, and the second is kindness, and the third is kindness. I do not think Gerard has ever had to think much about choosing any other options. Everything he does has a genuine touch of kindness to it, from his smile to his concern for others to the way he walks. Every now and then, while walking in the forest, I come across a path that seems to have been laid down before me by magic. Then I think of Gerard, moving gently through the woods, making a path for others. I do not think that he ever told anyone else what he does, but a lot can be learned from just watching a person like him. A couple of thoughts I want to share just sort of based on this little story. First of all, the idea of thinking about people you know who are kind, people that you know for their kindness. And what is it that they do? What is it about them that causes you to think of them and to note their kindness? And then what can we learn from people like that? How might we imitate? How might we emulate? How might we grow from trying to be more like them in the sense of their kindness in the world? The other thought I'll share is this notion of the pathmaker, that is, helping others along their way by setting a path before them, sharing with them the gift that we have to give, and sharing it freely and in a way that helps others as they make their way through life. So, just a couple of thoughts about this little story, The Pathmaker. I hope that you've enjoyed the story, and perhaps think about that as you go through your day, today, tomorrow, the days ahead. How is it that you might find ways to share and express kindness more readily in the world, and how might that ease the way for others, make a path for others? Thanks again for tuning in. I hope that the rest of your week goes well, and look forward to this coming Sunday, which, by the way, the 23rd, Sunday the 23rd, we're going to be having our worship service outdoors behind the church. Sunday is the day of Pentecost, so look forward to seeing those of you who can be there this coming Sunday. Until then, God's peace and God's blessing to you all. Goodbye for now.